What up, Facebook? I just got off the phone with my pops, and we just had kind of a quick little discussion about Thanksgiving, and I want to get on really quickly. I don't want to sound too deep or like a motivational speaker or you know like all deep about this, but real talk. As I said, you know, um, when it comes to Thanksgiving, first of all, when you do your research, you got to find out what Thanksgiving means. Then you got to find out what situation was going on back then when the turkey was introduced. And this was pretty much a treaty settlement between the Pilgrims and the Indians. Okay, so my thing, long story short, and I'm gonna try to keep it short. Um, why does it take certain situations to bring families together? Now, I understand family has their differences, family's dysfunctional, where everybody, in their own way and they grown this, that, and the third. That's great. But there comes a time in life where you got to make your own choices about what you want to do when it comes to these little special days that really has nothing to do with you, somewhat nothing to do with you. And what I mean is, when it comes to, first of all, us black folks, our holidays are not none of these pagan holidays. When you look at a white Santa Claus, first of all, that's for white kids. I'm sorry to say it, but that's just for white kids. It looks like them. If I seen a black Santa Claus, then I'll probably say, okay, yeah. And then I know this sounds a little comical, but I'm being serious here because when you look at certain idol type of holidays like Easter, for example, Easter bunny. First of all, black folks, we like dogs. We don't like bunnies. I'm sorry. So, Easter, another pagan holiday. And you have your pagan holidays over and over and over again, and it's nice for family to come together and do this. But the question is, why does it take a holiday to bring families together? Why, number one, first of all, let's deal with this. Why, number one, are families so distant from each other? Why we can't pick up the phone? Why we can't call each other? Why we can't, embrace all family? 365 days a year, you should be connecting with at least 10 lines of your family lineage to know just how large your family is, to build a strong connection with your family 365 days a year. Meaning, if your timeline has names that reach 365 days a year, you should be more closer with your family on that note. Now, I know that doesn't make sense to a certain degree, but the whole moral to that point is you should be close with your family, no matter who they are, what last name they carry. It should not take Satan Claus. Yes, I said it. That is the correct name, Satan Claus. If you research and find out how Santa Claus got started, it's Satan Claus. Okay, that's one. You got Easter. You got a bunch now. Rabbits, they are bunnies, rabbits. They travel year round. Why does it come to a certain holiday to celebrate the Easter bunny? So if you go back in that history, that original history of that is Osteria. It's pronounced Osteria. It's a pagan holiday that back then they called it Osteria. It was pronounced Osteria years ago, back in the 1800s, something like that. It wasn't Easter until probably the 1900s. But the 1800s is pronounced as Osteria. They probably go further than that. So, when you research certain histories on these holidays, number one, the overall point in this video is it should not take a holiday just to get close to your family. And number two, first of all, food shouldn't bring back black families together. I don't care what you say, food should not bring back black families together. I just don't care. Because at the end of the day, if your mama, your great aunties, your great grandmamas, your uncles, and all of them, et cetera, can cook, and you go over there every Sunday for a meal, it shouldn't take a holiday to have that same meal you just had year round. So, my thing is, at the end of the day, guess what? To each his own with the holidays, and I'm just going to cook a meal at home for me and mine, and we're just going to enjoy it, and I'm going to keep cooking year round and year round, and every time a meal is in my mouth, I'm going to be thankful for it. And that, what does that say? 365 days a year is Thanksgiving, not November 28th. Get my point? Hopefully you did. All right. So, in other words, what I want to do on this post to end this post is say, I appreciate all you, my family, from the Reese Davises to the Wartlows. I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it, and God forgive me because I just said I hate to say it, but I appreciate the Moores as well. And I'm doing right by my mother by saying that. But at the same time, I appreciate the Reese Davises, the Jenkins, the Moores, the Wartlows, the McDaves, the Kylies. I appreciate all y'all, and I know it goes further than that because there's a lineage on both sides, and it just keeps going through aunties and uncles, and mom and dad, and great grandparents, and great greats, and great greats, and great greats. And I wish I could have met those last three I mentioned: the great greats, and the great great greats, and the great great greats, because those really hold the lineage in your family. You're true who you are truly in your family when it comes to character traits and all of that, who you are as a character, as a person, and what you really, really mean, why you are a part of that family, different things like that. So I appreciate all of you. I'll say it, happy Thanksgiving, but you have 365 days to be thankful for the same meal that's prepared on Thanksgiving Day. Take it for what it is. But have a safe one. Be blessed. Talk to you soon.